Alrighty, so we're going to be messing around with Chapter 550 today. I know a lot of people are having trouble with this stage, and it's understandably pretty hard because the CC requirement is really high. The biggest thing for me specifically is even though I can beat over his CC with the HP food here, the food itself does not actually take effect whenever I play. So unfortunately, whatever my CC without the HP food is what it's actually going to put me into the game as. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to reset until I get a level 3 Kizuna set up, because he will attack seal you at the very beginning. I definitely recommend, if you've been playing since the Shield Hero collab, that you try to use Kizuna if possible. You do have to have a Meliodas in this one, so I'm just using Lost Vein in the back because I can have a halfway decent CC on him. Obviously, your biggest priority would try to be out CCing if all possible, because, you know, going first is going to be a really big help during this. And then I've got go through here for rank up, so hopefully that I can get a Kizuna level 3 buff card turn 1, and then we're going to be using Brunhild for our damage. But to be honest, when I did this run originally, I used the one ultimate Escanor, just because he's brand new. Most of you are probably summoning for him anyway, so if you have him, he's probably the better damage dealer to use in this scenario. Or if you have Trader Melee, you could use him instead up front, because honestly he's going to be really, really good as well. But I wanted to make it sort of as accessible as possible. I know if this is coming out in the future, you might not have Kizuna. You could potentially just use Red Arthur in this scenario, but it's a little bit easier to get the level 3 turn 1 with Kizuna, so we're going to hope for that. But I guess technically, since I'm going to be having to reset until I get a level 3 Kizuna card first turn, because as you can see here, I ended up with 309 because the food actually doesn't take effect, and I didn't get an extra buff card here. So the only way I can even get past this is if he doesn't use this card right here, because this one actually attack seals you, so my entire hand is pretty much unusable. But if you can out CC, of course, you can just use Kizuna's card to rank this up, or you can actually just rank up Kizuna first, use this card, use the level 3 buff, that will give you debuff immunity, and then you can kind of take it from there and try to like start, you know, beating him down as much as possible. The the ult does a pretty good amount of damage, but we'll try to deal with that as we go on. So let me reset until I can get the right run here for me, so that way I can actually showcase this, and yeah. Okay, so I've got it turn 1. Let's see how we can do here, because I actually ended up getting this earlier and I accidentally ranked up Brunhild instead of Kizuna, so I'm still curious as to see if I can actually win with this setup, because honestly going first is super, super nice. But this debuff immunity actually lasts for 3 turns, so hopefully we can kind of use that to our advantage. So let's rank up Kizuna, merge this card. That's actually going to give us the attack related stats buff. I don't know if Kizuna is actually going to be able to survive, but depending on card draw and everything, hopefully we can get some more Brunhild cards. He is going to be using his ultimate right here, which the ultimate's actually really cool looking, I have to say. I mean, Demon King, pretty hype, but yeah, this is going to hurt. I think Kizuna, yeah, Kizuna's dead. Gother's pretty low as well. Luckily, this move doesn't do too crazy damage, and we're immune to the attack seal at the moment, so we're going to try to avoid using melee if at all possible, because he's kind of just a backline unit. We're not in a terrible spot here. Let's rank up Brunhild, of course. He has 3 ultimate move gauge, which isn't great. I don't think he has a damage cap or anything. You don't want to use goddesses if at all possible. The hero recovers 50% HP. So he does have a res. Once you get him down to 50%, he's going to full heal. And then you're going to have to worry about sort of like beating through the health bar again. And then fills the hero's ultimate move gauge orb by 5 orbs at the start of the battle. So he's basically going to use his ultimate regardless. I think, honestly, if at all possible, maybe, I don't know if this is going to deal 50% damage, but if we can use this and potentially pop the res right here, that would be great. Oh my god, it was so good. Alright, so he heals. We use the Power Strike card. Okay, the Power Strike actually not dealing nearly as much damage. I wonder if I would have used that first, if I would have been able to kill with the Detonate card and bypass the res. I'm kind of doubtful, but could have been nice. If Gother can survive here, that would be obviously perfect, because I'll be able to use an extra card. Oh, okay. I think we're good for the moment. He did rank up our Lost Vein, I guess, but the odds of us actually being able to get that off is probably insanely low. I'm pretty sure he's immune to debuffs if I had to guess. Yeah, immune to all debuffs, so we might as well just go full on Brunhild cards here. Ooh, okay, so that one's not doing as well. Obviously, the crits are kind of what matters, and I have my Brunhild built for half crit chance and then half attack, because that's kind of what you want to use for the demonic beast battles. So we have her ultimate in hand. We have some decent cards. Gother's dead here, unfortunately, so we're going to be able to use less and less each turn. Ooh, I think Lost Vein's going to die as well, so we're just going to have Brunhild. I don't know that we're going to be able to beat it with just Brunhild, unfortunately. Because, I mean, even though this is a 6/6 ultimate, I think, yeah, I'm going to lose my buffs as well, and it's just going to be a bad time, so... yeah, I mean, I guess we go for it, but... Boom. Oh, okay, so that actually did kill. That's very surprising, actually. Obviously... You know, maybe your Brunhild doesn't have as high of an ultimate level. I know that they're giving away a free copy of Brunhild during this celebration, so that can definitely be helpful because you'll at least have the character. She's really good just on her own, but you know, it's tough. It really is. This is a hard fight because, you know, it's really easy for him to out CC you. You know, if you don't have like super busted characters or anything like that, then that can be an issue, of course, but I definitely recommend you, if you've been lucky enough to pull the one Escanor Ultimate, use him as your damage dealer. If you're lucky enough to already have Traitor Meliodas, definitely use him over Brunhild just because he's going to do so much more damage. And if you're using the keys in a setup and you have Traitor Melee, that's obviously going to give you a lot more buffs, so your Amplify card is going to do more damage as well. So... I mean, you've seen, that was definitely not, like, the perfect scenario or anything like that. I guess just the fact that I had a 6/6 ultimate was basically the defining factor on me winning there. I don't know how much damage I dealt over, how much health he actually had remaining, but that was probably a very close one. So, if you have a better unit for your, like, main damage dealer, highly recommend you use it. Not that Brunhild is bad, but obviously there's just better characters out there nowadays. I think you can probably try a different variant of this team if you really want to. You don't necessarily have to use Kizuna. I think Red Arthur's a decent substitute. Obviously, you know, you'd want to use him with HP defense. I actually have HP defense on all of these characters right here just for CC. I have HP defense on all of my Link characters for CC, and then she is just using attack crit damage set because obviously you want her to actually deal the damage. So... yeah, I think that's pretty much the best I can do for you, unfortunately. The fact that you're going to be able to use actual food effects and everything like that during your actual run-through of it because you're still working your way through the story should help you out a lot, too. Because obviously, I mean, if just having the extra health from this food would have been really nice for, like, survival and everything like that as well, so... Hopefully this helped. If you've already beat this stage or you beat it with a different team, feel free to leave the comment down below with what team you actually used down in the comments, so that way other people might have those units, or if you have a different strategy or whatever the case may be, I'm sure somebody would find it very helpful. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe if this was helpful, or, you know, you're new to the channel or whatever the case may be. I will see you guys in the next one.